And I needed you to know why I came by.
Yeah, I need you to tell us why.
What do you think a plant is? All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way. The truth is the light.
I need to have another one of these.
Amen, amen.
Gee.
Katt Williams just broke the internet with a series of massive vocal attacks in the most recent episode of Shannon Sharp's Club Shay podcast. Within 5 days after it was aired, this explosive podcast gained more than 36 million views and 150,000 comments. This episode quickly became the crown jewel for Club Shay YouTube channel, with a subscriber growth of a whopping 1,625%. In this 2-hour and 46-minute podcast, Katt started to unload on fellow comedians, Rickey Smiley, Steve Harvey, Cedric the Entertainer, Kevin Hart, and this list is keep going. Let's just say Katt Williams scorched the earth and every black comedian on it. And the list didn't end with comedians. He didn't forget to unload on other celebrities like Kanye West, Kim Kardashian, and Ludacris. Let's dig deep into Katt's massive vocal attacks that turned the internet upside down and find out the reasons behind and why it's only on black comedians. Also, we will uncover the shocking responses of fellow comedians who got served by Katt. Stay tuned until the end of this video. Let's start with Kevin Hart. Katt Williams just dropped some bombs about Kevin Hart's Hollywood journey in the viral podcast. According to Katt, in his 15 years in the game, nobody can remember a sold-out Kevin Hart show. He's raising eyebrows about how Kevin Hart landed a sitcom and took the lead role in comedy hit Soul Plane within just his first year in LA.
In 15 years in Hollywood, no one in Hollywood has a memory of going to a sold-out Kevin Hart show.
As a conclusion, Katt said that Kevin Hart is an industry plant who had the industry backing in an unspeakable way and money to fund him to artificially shape his career.
What do you think a plant is? Maybe people don't understand the definitions of these words.
The beef between Katt Williams and Kevin Hart can be traced back to their exchange of words over Tiffany Haddish. In 2018, Katt Williams criticized Haddish's comedy abilities, suggesting that she hadn't proven herself as a stand-up comedian.
You only got Tiffany Haddish. She's been doing comedy since she was 16. You can't tell me your favorite Tiffany Haddish joke because she ain't done a tour yet. She ain't done a special. She has not proven the ability to tell jokes.
Kevin Hart came to Haddish's defense, questioning why Williams was blaming Hollywood instead of taking responsibility for his own actions.
Done in the fucking business, good or bad. My frustration with Katt Williams comes from, you keep pointing at Hollywood. Hollywood this, the white man, this, and this. When do you take responsibility for your actions?
This exchange sparked tension between the two comedians and laid the groundwork for their ongoing feud. In response to Katt's questioning the credibility of Kevin's rise to stardom over the past several decades, Hart dismissed in a post on X writing, "Gotta get that anger up out ya champ." And Kevin didn't forget to promote his upcoming Netflix comedy, Lift, taking another shot at Williams in the same X post.
Lift.
Kevin Hart was just the beginning of Katt's verbal onslaught. Guess who is next? Next on the list of Katt Williams' black comedian list is Steve Harvey. Katt started with saying that his Afro accent was fake, and he mentioned that Steve stole comedic material from Mark Curry. Back in 2019, Mark Curry had this to say about Steve Harvey stealing his material.
Well, Steve stole my material on his show, so I had a beef on that. He did all my Halloween material one Halloween. I'm watching that, and I know he didn't think of it. You know, this is true stuff that really happened to me.
Then Katt blasted Steve's career, mentioning he couldn't be a movie star. And he added, "There are 30,000 new scripts in Hollywood every year, and no one wants a country bumpkin black dude. That looks like Mr. Potato Head."
This same thing. I didn't want to be a movie star. No, you couldn't be a movie star. There are 30,000 new scripts in Hollywood. Bukebe and look like Mr. Potato Head. There ain't none. You would have to have range.
Now here's the most interesting part. This is what Steve Harvey had to say about Katt Williams on a live radio show. Listen to this soundbite.
Hold it, Tommy. So you a comedian, you a radio host,
Yes.
and now you got a game show? I'm finna go on Shannon Sharp's show and accuse you of stealing my whole damn career. I thought you supposed to go on there.
Also, Steve didn't forget to comment on Katt on his famous Family Feud show. This is how he shared that on his official X account, with a caption saying, "You don't have to address your haters."
You don't have to open your mouth. You don't have to do it, man. He prepares a table in the presence of mine enemies. He do it all the time. All my haters, I ain't got to say nothing to them. They got TV. They can cut their TV on 7 days a week. All that hating, he on there.
From Kevin Hart to Steve Harvey. Is Katt trying to revisit unresolved conflicts from his past with prominent Hollywood figures? Stay tuned to find out. Now it's time for another spark of an age-old dispute with Katt Williams and Cedric the Entertainer. On the Club Shay Viral podcast, Katt went on the original king of comedy, claiming that he isn't funny. He said that when Cedric the Entertainer starts, he is expected to engage in singing, dancing, and telling jokes, which is why he is referred to as the Entertainer. Katt added that it has been discovered that he lacks the ability to sing, dance, and write jokes. He has produced 4 comedy specials, which are of such poor quality that they are not accessible on Netflix or Tubi. Also, he continued to blast Cedric, claiming he stole one of his best jokes for the Kings of Comedy tour in the 90s. He mentioned that Cedric was in the Comedy Store audience while he was performing the joke, and Cedric also appreciated that it was a great joke in backstage. But Katt added that after 2 years, Cedric stole his joke and performed the same, twisting his car in the joke into a spaceship.
1998, I'm doing this joke, it's on Comic View. Cedric comes to the Comedy Store. He watches me in the audience. 2 years later, he's doing that as his last joke on the Kings of Comedy. And he's doing it verbatim. He's just changed my car into a spaceship.
Let's check out how Cedric responded to Katt's controversial comments. In his first ever Golden Globes event, Cedric said to Entertainment News that people get on these blogs and they just start spewing off stuff that's not even factual.
I saw that you did respond to Katt Williams.
I mean, you know, it's interesting. It's an interesting time now. People get on these blogs and they just, start just spewing off stuff that's not even factual.
Right.
But
with Cedric's response to Katt Williams, let's move on to the next black comedian. Next in the line on Katt Williams' list is his fellow comedian, Rickey Smiley. During the Club Shay Viral interview, podcast host Sharp praised Rickey Smiley's role as the Hood Santa Claus in Friday After Next, movie that starred Katt Williams as the famed Money Mike.
This man told you he had Katt Williams' role. He was gonna be Money Mike.
Wait.
And Katt Williams was gonna be the Santa Claus.
However, Katt confronted Sharp for suggesting that Smiley's part was more significant than Money Mike's. As Katt mentioned in the podcast, Smiley was dragging him on set, telling people that it was he who deserved the role of Money Mike.
It is sad. He was just that bitter when we were shooting it. He told everybody, it should have been my role. Everybody on the scene. Why do you think no cast member has ever said anything?
Also, Katt added more drama to the podcast, recalling that he placed a clause in his contract that he would not work with Rickey Smiley again unless he wore a dress.
He was so egregious, I put in my contract that I won't work with Rickey Smiley again unless he's in a dress. Now, what was Rickey Smiley's next movie? Was it First Sunday? Did he wear a dress in it? You bet he did. It's in my contract.
Ironically enough, in their next movie together, First Sunday, Rickey Smiley played a female church elder. When Sharp questioned why Katt would require Rickey Smiley to play a woman, this is what he said.
Why would you put that in your contract, Katt?
That's where he's a believable actor. Him and Tyler Perry can't play a man to save their life. They play good women, and I believe that the best actor should be in the best role.
Rickey Smiley has responded to Katt Williams' fiery comments about him and the Friday After Next on Rickey Smiley Morning Show, saying that Katt has lied about the casting process of the movie. Smiley also addressed claims made by Katt that if the two are to appear in a project together, he must wear a dress.
So, yeah, that
Right.
was the...
I just wanted to clarify that. And then there was no contract ever in agreement with the First Sunday movie.
He responded that has nothing to do with his manhood, being lessened for trying to play a role and trying to put food on the table for his family. Additionally, Smiley expressed that he is disappointed in needing to issue a response.
Definitely disappointed that you have to get on the air and explain something like this, but
That's the truth, and I don't know what else to say.
Putting a pause to his long list of black comedians, Katt Williams didn't forget to give his comments on other celebrities. This is what Katt had to say about Kanye West and Kim Kardashian. He went in a soft tone on his views about Kanye's behavior, comparing him to a person with mental illness.
If you say somebody got special needs, then why would you be watching them and holding them accountable like everybody else?
Katt also briefly commented on Kanye's ex-wife, Kim Kardashian. He said that Kanye West has married a whore, and he married her because she was a one. And Katt added, that's what Kanye wanted to base his family on.
What do you expect? The guy married a whore. Like, what?
Oh, Lord.
Like, I didn't mean it like that. I mean, married her because she was one. Not he didn't know.
Surprisingly, Kanye or Kim hasn't responded to Katt Williams' claims publicly. Maybe they decided not to respond at all to avoid unwanted attention. Even though Kanye and Kim didn't respond, the next guy in this video gave a proper response. So buckle up! Along with Kanye and Kim in Katt's non-comedian celebrity list, he exposed that veteran rapper and actor Ludacris joined the Illuminati to secure his Fast and Furious deals. He said the star was offered $200 million to appear in 20 movies at $10 million a pop. Fast and Furious is on what number right now? Katt asked in the Club Shay podcast, referring to the popular movie franchise that has now released 10 installments and a spin-off movie. He also added that Ludacris has appeared in 7 of the 11 movies. In response, Ludacris shared a freestyle video on X, rapping over Kanye West's Devil in a New Dress.
Never been Illuminati, only Illuminati, and I only left with bitches when coming from any party. You never have to flex when you earn every one of your Fast and Furious checks.
Those are the most explosive shots that Katt Williams fired to blast Hollywood into pieces, and the responses he got from his fellow celebrities. Katt spared no one, exposing the dark secrets of every black comedian in Hollywood. Now the burning question, what motivated Katt Williams to unleash such a verbal onslaught? It might be rooted in sizzling jealousy of the success of other black comedians and celebrities. Or could this be a strategic master plan to reclaim the spotlight and reignite his career as a viral comedian? Let us know in the comments section what you think is driving Katt Williams to drop these bombshells on Hollywood. For more interesting videos like this, subscribe to our channel, and for more information visit our website trendingamerican.com.